Christie,
Yes.
Dan, I'm sorry, Ron, Dan,
Yes.
Reginald.
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we hear all of the MAPCO applications. Store number 3660, 3666, 3691, 3537, 3692 at one time.
But do we need to reverse our other motion first? No, don't need to.
No, I don't think so.
Second.
It's motion on the floor.
Okay, second by Christie. Okay, so, we have a motion by Dan and second by Christie. Christie,
Yes.
Ron.
Yes.
Dan.
Yes.
Reginald.
This is to add all of the MAPCOs together, correct?
Yes.
One time.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so approved.
Can you double check 3691? I'm still showing that one in progress.
Yeah, so he's literally doing it in real time right now.
Okay, gotcha.
So they have met all requirements.
All right.
All the stores have.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Nicole Watson with Holland and Knight on behalf of MAPCO. These are all for change of ownership. I have the beer permits ready to surrender today, and I have a MAPCO employee with me that has training materials if you need them, or any questions that need to be addressed. We also have 2 other stores left, and that is it in this transaction of MAPCO's with the acquisitions. And, can you hear
I
me?
can't hear you.
I'm sorry, can I move this?
You
I'll
just
just
gotta
lean
really
away.
speak up.
How about this? I'm on camera like this too, y'all. We have 2 more stores that are still out there, and I think all of their requirements have been completed. 3 more, I'm sorry, Ms. Bertha, that have been completed. They just didn't make this agenda, and they're some of our bigger stores, so we're losing a lot of revenue, and y'all are losing some tax generation on that too. So we would love to have a special called meeting if possible, just to get all of the acquisition completed as soon as possible, if y'all are amenable to that. So just let us know.
Can you tell us about your, company?
Absolutely. So
I'm sorry, what is your name?
my name is Trey Tipton. I'm the district manager for MAPCO of this area. So for MAPCO, we were originally owned by Copec, and we have transitioned to Majors Management, which is a company out of right outside of Atlanta. So really everything is basically about the same. We go down to 196 stores instead of around 300. So we still have all of the training modules that we did previously. So with that, we have responsible vendor training that we do every year. Day 1 of whenever an associate is hired, they have to do a selling age-restricted products test to make sure that they pass that, and they cannot run the register until that is done. If we ever make a mistake, the entire store has to redo all the tests as well in that week, and then, we'll present to you after that. And then also, we do background checks as well to make sure that we have the appropriate team members in the stores to make sure that we're doing that the right way. So.
Any questions from the board?
Make a motion, we approve the application. Ron, do you have a question? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
About the,
I don't see it.
the license.
Yes, I do have one question. You mentioned responsible vendor, is that correct? Did I hear that?
Yes, sir. Responsible vendor training. Each team member has to complete that every year, and we do that annually.
So you're going to have a certificate that you says you're a responsible vendor for each one of these stores?
Yes, sir, and I have the test right here as well,
Okay.
that the team members in the store. Each store has anywhere from 8 to 10 team members. It's usually about the general average, and all of those, we have transcripts for them that we make sure we keep track of.
And you're going to do that on a yearly basis, or is that a yearly basis?
Annual basis, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I hear you say that if someone, sold something, the whole store would have to do retrain. What was that? Did you
Yes.
say something of that nature? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So in any part of the company, if we have a mistake at one store, we make sure that every single team member in the store gets retrained. And we go over the process again and make sure that everyone does that. And then the DM, like myself, a district manager, would be assigned to the store, and they have to visit with every single team member to make sure that they understand what the standards are and how we will move forward and make sure that we do the right thing at all times.
Ron?
This is just a change of the structure of the LLC.
This is a change of ownership.
Change of
Change of ownership to the Hewitt family.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions?
If not, I'll make a motion.
Go ahead.
Make a motion, we approve the applications for store MAPCO 3660, 3666, 3691, 3537, 3692.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. So we have a motion on the floor from Dan and second by Ron for 3660, MAPCO 3660, 3666, 3691, 3597, and 3692. 3537. Christie? Yes. Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, approved. Thank you.
Thank you. And y'all will let us, yes, thank you.
So, okay,
Requested.
so we need to vote on the special call meeting
Whether or not y'all wish to
and the date.
have a special call meeting first and then set it and then move forward from there.
First thing we need to do is find out if Lori can support what date she can support if we did that. And the second thing we need to do is make sure we got a place to meet.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask Lori if she has any dates in the
I've got my calendar here, so it just depends on when y'all want to have it. If you want me to just to spout off some dates,
Well, let me get a calendar right here so I can see what I'm talking about.
So when is the next
I'm
board meeting?
available next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, which
December
is the
7th.
22nd, 23rd, 24th.
I think next Thursday is Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay, well, then that's why I'm not
That's
working.
reasonable.
We're available on Wednesday if you are, but otherwise, yes.
And the problem with that is too, we got to get this
Notice.
advertised, and it gets real tricky.
We have to advertise our meeting.
There needs to be at least a week's notice for the special call meeting,
There's an extra week in this month.
that too.
Lori, what about the 30th?
Right,
I'm available on the 30th.
That's what I
What
was
was your
looking at.
Thursday the 30th.
Yes, ma'am, I'm available Thursday, the 30th, that's correct.
What are you trying to do? Are you trying to get open before the next meeting is on? What's the rush there?
We just have two left, and they're two of our bigger stores, and we're not allowed to sell right now, so it's costing revenue and tax money as
You're
well.
currently not selling beer there now?
But they're operational.
They're operational, yes, ma'am.
So Bertha, can we get a room or something? Can we meet here? Is it available?
check.
Okay. We'll have to check and see if it's available.
second date in case?
And then
Well, on that, we could meet in the little room,
boardrooms
if we had to, but, if that's how we were gonna do that thing, if you're gonna start tacking other stuff onto it.
It's still on work.
Right. Yeah, and we barely have.
The next meeting is December the 7th, is that right?
That's correct.
3 weeks until the next.
Right.
We have to do that. What are we lacking on those stores? What are we lacking on those stores for approval?
I believe, and we would have to check with Ms. Lawrence, but I think everything is already in the system and everything has been approved. It just didn't make this agenda. The last two fire inspections happened 2 days ago,
Yeah.
so it didn't make this one.
So they didn't get everything in time to meet this agenda.
Because it has to be in the paper.
Yeah, but the only thing that's in the paper, our whole agenda is not in the paper, it's just that we're having a meeting.
Right. So we would advertise that there's a special call meeting
Yeah, but I'm thinking, why can't we do it?
because they haven't been.
This room is not available on the 30th, but the smaller conference room is.
Now, what
Because they haven't been included on the agenda, and state law requires the agenda to be published 48 hours before the meeting.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Okay, got it. Well, do we want to try the 30th? Now, we've got our basic, or bare minimum here now. So I don't know if we can have a quorum present.
Well, that's probably as good a date you're gonna get.
Yeah, I do too.
Is everyone available on the 30th?
Well, I'm retired, so I'm available.
I am as well, but that don't mean.
Would it be, what time could we do it at?
Morning time is best.
Shouldn't take long.
Yeah, I would suggest the same time.
Same time, 9 o'clock? Okay. All right.
So do we have a motion on the floor?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we have a special call meeting for Thursday, November 30th at 9 a.m. to consider the MAPCO applications.
2
Only.
stores. Or 3 stores, right?
3 stores.
3 stores.
Are we going to be trying to tack anything else onto this?
No.
Just MAPCO.
Just
Please.
MAPCO.
There's other things out there that's in the works that would want to get in on that? No?
No,
No, that's extra work.
because I can do it at 9 o'clock, and if we're through at 9:30, then I can do what I need to do on that day.
Okay.
Okay. So do we have a second? Second. Okay. So we have a, motion on the floor for Dan.
Christie.
I'm sorry. For a 9 o'clock meeting on November the 30th. For MAPCO application only for the 3 stores.
Right.
And we are, second by Christie. Christie? Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald? Reginald?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so approved.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Can't guarantee we'll have a quorum.
Be here.
Okay, thank you.
I'm cool.
Next applicant representing the Bitter Alibi LLC, doing business as Lost in Transit. Jason Bowers is making application to engage in the sale of consumer carryout beer at 43 Station Street. Mr. Bowers has not had a beer permit for this location in the past, but has a consumer and caterer's beer permit at the Bitter Alibi, located at 825 Houston Street. The location is owned by NP Choo Choo Gardens LLC of Chicago, Illinois, and is zoned industrial mixed use.
And they have met all requirements.
Thank goodness.
Can you state your name?
Sure, my name's Jason Bowers. Good morning.
Just let us know about your company.
Sure, yeah. So I opened up the Bitter Alibi almost 10 years ago on Houston Street. Grew that into kind of more of a catering business as well. And then this new business is 43 Station Street. Just a cool little bar, nice restaurant, kind of in the works of getting it all set up. All of our staff will be ABC certified and trained. And we send out pretty much monthly reminders to our staff to make sure they're checking IDs and, not over-serving and all that. So.
Do we have any questions from the board?
I've got a question. Jason, how big is this facility that you're gonna open down at the Choo Choo?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
How big is the?
Oh, how big is it? The
Yeah.
total square footage is like 1,600 square feet.
Okay,
It has a high occupancy load from the fire marshal, but we are not anticipating trying to pack it up like it has been in the past, so.
okay.
Capacity.
And this is 1,600 square feet? Okay, all right, very good.
Ron?
Has a question.
Yeah, thank you. Glad to see you down there.
I'm glad to be there.
We're all familiar with that address. And I know I've seen a lot of footage over the last few years of people climbing over the banisters or climbing in or coming in the back door or whatever. Tell how you're going to address that.
Yeah, I mean, some of that I think is just the nature of business I mean, I have 4 other restaurants. Nobody climbs through the windows in my places. So I think that just by the type of business you run helps if people are climbing in. We are planning on having licensed security, especially on the weekends for obvious reasons with Station Street, just the amount of people. So yeah, we're just going to have people at every door, just making sure that it is going to be a 21 and up establishment, especially after 9 p.m. So just checking IDs and making sure that there's, yeah, just safety is kind of top priority in that space.
I had another question, but I can't remember what it was now. Go on, I'll think of it in a minute.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have any motions?
I'll make a motion, we approve the application.
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the application from Dan and second by Ron. Christie?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes,
Chair votes yes, so approved. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it.
thank you.
Next applicant representing Raw Chattanooga, Inc., doing business as Raceway number 6866. Sarin Patel is making application to engage in the sale of carryout beer at 2528 Broad Street. Mr. Patel has not had a beer permit for this location in the past, but has a carryout beer permit at Raceway number 6843, located at 405 Signal Mountain Road. The pending application reflects a change of ownership. The business was formerly Bropal Petroleum LLC, operated by Clinton F. Brock. The location is owned by Andalusia Properties, Inc. of Atlanta, Georgia, and is zoned UGC.
They have met all requirements.
Thank you. Can you state your name for the record?
Yes, my name is Sarin Patel, and I'll be taking over this Raceway location. And we got all the licenses and required permits and everything. Just beer permit is the one thing that we're waiting on, and we'll go ahead and schedule the change of ownership.
Questions from the board?
So,
Reginald?
this is to apply for a beer license, sir?
Yes,
Is the Raceway already selling beer there?
currently?
Yes.
Yes. It's a change of ownership, so we are just, changing
So
the
it's a change of
business. Yeah,
ownership, not
change of
applying for a
ownership.
license.
That store has been in business more than 12, 15 years already. And so I'm approved franchisee, and we are just changing the franchisee. The property owned by the racetrack.
Do you have the current beer license that's at the store now? We'll need that surrendered to Miss Bertha
Okay,
when everything goes through.
yeah, I don't have it with me, but
Okay,
that's
but yeah.
previous
yeah,
owner.
Yeah, if you'll get that to her when you get your new beer license.
Sure.
Just write surrendered and the date and your name on it and give it to her then, all right?
Okay.
Are there any other questions? Or any motions?
Make a motion, we approve the racetrack number 6866.
Is there any seconds?
Second?
So we have a motion from Ron to approve and Dan second the motion. Christie?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
I'm concerned because I'm curious if this is a change of ownership or if this is applying for a license. That's my concern.
Allow me to make that correction. It was not on the agenda. It is indeed a change of ownership.
Change it.
Okay,
Change of
all right, very good.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Okay,
because I'm
very good.
Chair votes yes, so approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Because if he's already said.
Next applicant representing Hub on Main LLC, doing business as Outpost Bar and Restaurant. Jacob Monday and Tyler Brett Allen are making an application to engage in the sale of consumer carryout beer at 342 East Main Street. The two have not had a beer permit for this location, but they both have a consumer beer permit for Base Camp LLC located at 346 Fraser Avenue. The location is owned by Tripp Goodman.
They have met all requirements.
My name is Jacob Mundy. I'm with Outpost Bar and Restaurant on 342 East Main Street.
And I'm Tyler Allen with Outpost Bar and Restaurant.
Can you give us some information about your business?
Yes, ma'am. Like Ms. Lawrence said, we are the owners of Base Camp in North Chattanooga. We've been doing that a little over 6 years, serving beer from there. This new concept is going to be similar food, but we will have a full bar here. So every employee will go through the ABC card process. We will have a strict ID everyone policy, the same as Base Camp. And each staff member goes through training with the ABC board, and then also in-house staff training too.
I've got a question.
Go ahead.
Where is this on East Main Street? I'm trying to get in my mind exactly what building it is down there.
Yeah, if you're familiar with Synergy Climbing Gym and Bella Coffee, it's kind of like right across the street from that.
Okay, all right.
Are there any other questions?
Ron.
Ron?
What's your occupancy of this facility?
I believe we got 113 occupancy load.
And you understand that that's everybody in the building, that's not just people in there drinking, it's the people that are working and the
Staff members.
you and everybody.
Yes, sir.
And what's your days of operation?
We'll be Tuesday through Sunday in the evenings,
What hours?
4 to 10, 4 to 11 Friday and Saturday, and then 4 to 9 on Sunday.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Dan?
Do y'all have any outdoor area involved with this?
Yes, sir. There is a patio area.
Okay. It's very important for the neighbors that y'all maintain control of that patio area, noise-wise and others, because this is becoming an issue that we're seeing on our board, not with you, but overall, the people that have these outdoor areas, it's all great and I'm all for it, but you gotta remember you have neighbors who share the outdoor space with you.
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. I'd like to make a motion we approve. Oh, Ron, go ahead.
Yeah, refresh me, who was here before?
It was Heaven and Ale Brewery.
That's right, okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's that spot then.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And are you gonna have outside entertainment?
As far as live entertainment, we hadn't made any plans apart from the Main by 24 event.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion, we approve the application.
Is there a second? Christie? We have a motion from Dan and a second by Christie. Christie? Yes. Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next applicant, representing Community Pie LLC, doing business as Community Pie Downtown. Michael Monin is making application to engage in the sale of carryout beer at 850 Market Street, Unit 100. Mr. Monin has a consumer beer permit for this location and is adding carryout. The location is owned by River City Company.
I don't think it's gone. Oh, I did not.
Can someone please shut that door?
Yeah, I know, I'm gonna have to. Yeah, you're right. Dang, and that leaves us short.
I already know the problem. Hi, I'm Tenley Brown. I don't think we're going to be able to do this today, are we? Okay. I
Doesn't
didn't
look
think
like
so.
we're going to. Just for the record.
Yeah, I have to recuse myself, and we have to have 5 votes in order to do anything.
And that's what he was asking about, putting on the record for the 30th date, when he said, I didn't want to get on board with that.
Right,
Well, even then, we might not have a quorum because that's an additional meeting, right?
right.
So we take that
Yeah.
chance too. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I understand the
We don't
process.
wanna waste
So-
your time either.
I
so-
understand what's going on here though.
Dan
When are you
is,
planning on opening this establishment?
this establishment's been open since 2012. This is just a change of an adaptation of a license to add on the carryout portion to the consumer license. We've already held a consumer license in this building. No changes happening, no change of ownership. It's just literally adding on the carryout portion.
Okay, well,
We may need to move it to the December the 7th meeting.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to apologize, Dan. We're okay. I understand it.
Happens.
You can either move it to the December 7th meeting or amend the previous motion to allow them to do the specially called meeting, which,
I don't want to take anybody's extra time on y'all's time for an extra meeting. I'll come back on December 2nd. It's literally just us being able to sell our brewery's beer to go with
go.
pizzas is the whole thought process for it. So if we have to wait a couple weeks,
Cool with it, we'll be cool with it.
we understand. What was that?
So if you're cool with it,
I understand why it has to happen that way, so we can
motion to
wait.
pass it to the
Yeah, we need it.
7th, yeah.
Yeah. I'll make a motion, we pass it to the,
you can't make a motion.
yeah, I can.
I don't know, can he?
I'll make a motion, we pass
Yeah,
it to
you
the
do it.
December.
Will we have enough here? Second.
I mean, you're not voting on the substance of the, it's mainly a procedural thing, so I
Yeah.
think it would be okay.
Yeah,
For
I
him
think so.
to participate in the vote on that.
Okay.
But not
But
on the
as long
actual.
as he's not voting on the actual application itself.
Okay.
Right.
So we have a motion from,
Ron.
Ron and second by Dan to move it to the December 7th meeting,
Yeah.
for community pie downtown.
He's my favorite uncle, too.
Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Taylor?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, so approved. So we're moving it to the December the 7th.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Can I ask what happens then if there's not enough for a quorum?
Hopefully there won't be.
That's a regular, that December 7th is a regularly
It's a regular
scheduled
meeting.
meeting.
Gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, thank you all.
You're welcome, thank you. Record violations? Oh, I'm sorry. We have to go. Sorry.
Okay.
So we will be hearing, Sound Corps for temporary beer permit application.
Do I need to read that? Okay. Representing adult big wheel race, Main times 24, Stratton Tingle is making application for temporary beer permit on behalf of Sound Corps. Mr. Tingle had an event as such last year. The event this year is scheduled for December 2nd, 2023, from 12 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m. at 405 East Main Street. The location is owned by Woodwork Realty LLC.
And he has met all requirements.
State your name and tell us about your company.
Yeah, my name is Stratton Tingle. I run Soundcore, which is a local nonprofit organization charged with building Chattanooga's music economy. We help musicians build their careers right here in Chattanooga. The, excuse me, Main times 24 adult big wheel race is a fundraiser for our nonprofit organization. We're a 501c3. This is around the 10th year that we're holding the Main times 24 adult big wheel race. And it sounds like exactly what it is. These are like, tricycles that are built for adults to ride. Usually local companies form teams of 4 people, 2 women on each team minimum. And we go head to head on a adult big wheel tricycle race during Main times 24. This is happening in the parking lot of Architectural Surfaces, so it's a completely outdoor event. And it's in collaboration with the Caravan pop-up art market happening there, as well as a lot of other activities throughout Main times 24. Our adult big wheel race starts after the parade, so I've applied for the license from noon to 8 p.m. just to give us some wiggle room in case the parade ends late like it did last year. If we end up having 24 teams racing, which is our maximum number of teams, the event can last a while. I don't expect us to go all the way to 8 p.m. Normally, we're wrapping up about 5 p.m. is our normal kind of schedule. But Chattanooga Brewing Company is a sponsor of this event, so we do have beer being sold at the event, as well as cocktails that are served all by TABC-approved bartenders at a little pop-up bar that we put up there that's part of the larger market that's happening at the space. So, yeah, that's what we've got going on.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the board? Yeah. You're good? Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
Any motions?
Motion to approve, Main times 24 adult big wheel race.
Second.
Second.
Are helmets required?
Helmets are not required.
That's not a big problem.
It's a
I
tricycle.
don't go that fast.
So we have, Ron approval for,
Sound cool.
Sound Corp, and then second by Reginald. Christie?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes,
Chair votes yes, so approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
have fun.
So we do not have any record violations, no record applications, beer violations.
So, the attorney for Exile Lane contacted me and said that they currently have a court hearing in city court scheduled at the same time as the beer board meeting. So it's my recommendation that we pass this into the first meeting in December so that they can be here, because they can't be two places at once, so.
Then we pass this to the second meeting, December the 7th meeting.
Second?
Okay, so we have a motion to, pass to the second, our meeting on the 7th of December by Reginald and second by, Ron. Christie?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Dan?
Yes.
Reginald?
Yes.
Votes yes, so approved. So we're gonna pass that to December the 2nd for, I'm sorry, December the 7th for, Exile off Main for both violations. So do we have any discussions?
Yes. Are we?
Ron?
Bertha sent out a notice this week about, a Christmas luncheon for the board and all the people that are associated with the board. And, this has always been a real good event for everybody just to sit down and have lunch together. So I'd like to encourage us all to think about where we would like to go and, have a lunch together.
Do we have a date?
We're talking about, well, I think, I don't know what Bertha's thinking, I think she's thinking about the 21st of December.
Yeah, it was like after the second meeting.
But we really need to get a place reserved real quick. That's a very busy time frame. So, and I don't, just 5 of us here to make the decision, but, I would encourage everybody just to send Bertha your list of your, what you think of them. If she can put a list out there and we'll vote on it on the internet if we want to.
Okay. So we'll go right after the meeting, is that what you're thinking? Okay.
Well, that way it gives our a chance to build a schedule around something we can support that day and still have lunch, so.
Right. So does anybody have any suggestions on where y'all wanna go?
I see.
Well, I'll tell you my favorite.
Go ahead.
And I say it's not because of where it is, but what it is, but it's a big open space that we can kind of have a little room to move around. It's not really tight, but, the Stir has a real good spot. So does the Feed Company. And, somebody else I had in mind, but those two. And what you have to be careful for there is finding somebody that will serve us with individual tickets, because we're all going to be paying for it. The one I like, only wants to have one ticket per party, and one person pays all the, and that don't work real well. So you got to make sure that they'll accept individual ticket servings.
So those two sound good to me.
You want to go to both of them?
Either one is fine with me.
Well, I think the best thing to do is just send her the request and let her put out a list.
I get to vote on it or something, because everybody's not here right now.
I know.
Right.
Right.
But the plan is to do it after the December 7th meeting.
No,
No, December
21st, excuse me. Okay,
Yeah, 21st.
Plan.
okay,
Our plan.
Okay.
that's great.
So do we have any public comments?
Any more discussion
Any more discussions? Sorry.
before removing the public comment?
No, okay. Any public comments? No, no. We need to vote. Motion to adjourn?
Second. I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Good. Second by Christie. Okay, so motion to adjourn by Ron and second by Christie.
Yeah.
Voice vote.
Yeah.
All in favor? Aye. Sorry.